Hi, my name is Shayna. I am the soap maker here at Violet Pineapple Soap Company. This is my very first video, and I just wanted to use this time to kind of introduce myself, to let you get to know me, to teach you about my soaps, to kind of let you have an idea of what it is that we're going to have this season on Etsy, at the farmers markets, on Facebook, and hopefully down the line maybe have a website or something like that. But right now, we're relatively small. I still make everything in my closet, but I would like to kind of post on here pretty frequently. I like the idea of maybe doing some tutorials, and just kind of getting to know you guys and you guys getting to know me. So what I'm going to do now is kind of just tell you about the soaps that I've already made and explain to you some of the things that I plan on doing in the future. Actually, this weekend, the one thing that I really do have planned that I would really love to accomplish is you'll see them in a minute. I have some unicorn soaps and some mermaid soaps, and I plan on making a dinosaur soap. I have two little boys. They're really into dinosaurs. Not to say that little boys can't have the unicorn soaps and the mermaid soaps too, but I really think that my guys would enjoy the dinosaur soaps, and I plan on making those this weekend. So hopefully I can get that recorded as I'm doing it, so I can kind of explain to you what I'm doing, and so that you can kind of see exactly what goes into making soap, because I had no idea until I started, and it actually really is a fun process. So the first thing I would like to tell you about is my very first soap. I already sold all of them, but I bought a set off of a website that came with a scale and infrared thermometer. It came with pretty much everything I needed to get started, and I made my first soap and I loved it. It wasn't perfect, but it smelled really good, and I enjoyed the process. And so after that I said, this is something that I would like to keep doing. A lot of people have asked me, is it something you've done for a long time? What made you get into it? And honestly, I just started watching videos on YouTube, and I thought that's something that I might like to do. And so I started doing it, and I found a lot of passion for it. I really enjoy researching what certain oils are good for, what certain additives are good for, because there are so many things out there, and the possibilities are just endless on things that you can do, and soaps that you can make, and bath products in general that you can make. And so I'd really like to take what I've learned and hopefully share it with someone else who hasn't quite found their passion in life. And maybe this is something that they could be passionate about, because it is something that I've really come to enjoy. And it's a way to be creative for people who don't have a lot of attention span like me. So that's basically my story. Not too exciting. That I'm gonna show you guys is one of my very first soaps. It's one I like to call Sweet Baby Nate. My youngest boy's name is Nate. And I named it after him because it smells like baby wipes. It makes me think of little babies. It's actually a lavender and chamomile soap, but to me it smells like Huggies baby wipes. It's not the most intricate. I have learned a lot since I made this bar, but it smells really nice. It's really gentle. It's a great soap for babies, and I have actually used it on my children, so it works really well. And while I'm on that topic, I want to let everyone know I do use my soaps, and I've used them on my children. Everything that's in my soap is vegan, and I try very hard to find responsibly sourced ingredients, organic ingredients, skin-safe mica, skin-safe fragrance oils. Everything that I've put in there, I would use on myself, I would let my children use, because even though I really like decorating the soaps and making them look pretty, it's also very important to have a product that is a good quality, and that's what I've strived for making all of these soaps. So just know that there's nothing in there that's artificial. Everything in there is very soothing to your skin. They all contain olive oil, coconut oil, sweet almond oil, responsibly sourced palm oil. It's the RSPO certified, so it's from a sustainable source. Palm oil, and then sodium hydroxide, which is lye, which you have to make soap, and some of them have the biodegradable glitter. The biodegradable glitter is a little more expensive than regular glitter, but it won't clog up your drain. It won't stay on your skin. It is much better than the regular glitter. So even though it's a little bit more expensive, I personally think that quality is more important than cutting corners. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that, because that is something I think a lot of people don't understand, that just because these soaps are kind of super bright and flashy and decorative, that doesn't mean that they're not natural, and that doesn't mean that they're not good for your skin. So anyways, off my soapbox. The next soap that I'm going to show you guys is Summer Sunset. I only have a few of these left. These were pretty popular, and I tried to be very try to do an interesting design here, and it didn't work out, but I still think it's really pretty. Actually, that's kind of another thing I like about making soaps, is even if you make a mistake, it's still going to be soap at the end of the day. And so even if it doesn't look the way you wanted it to look necessarily, it still smells good. It still feels good on your skin. I really like this scent. It's called Cactus Flower. It smells like succulents. It has a little bit of a musky smell. It's a very summery scent. And again, I only have 4 of these left, and I don't have any more of the fragrance oil. So if this is something that you're interested in, I would recommend either ordering it off of Etsy or visiting me at the farmer's market, because I don't have enough left to where everyone can have one as of yet. Not that everyone necessarily wants one, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, so up next is, these are Black Raspberry Vanilla. They're the same scent. This one I made first, and I actually really like the designs. As you can see, they have like the drop swirl, they have some sea salt on the top. But I got to thinking, when I look at pictures of things that are Black Raspberry Vanilla, they're more like a purple color. So I made this one, and actually the sad thing is I like this one better, but this one looks more like Black Raspberry Vanilla to me. So the next time I make a batch, what I'll probably do is do the same process as this one, but with these colors. But they both really smell really nice, actually. I did not personally choose Black Raspberry Vanilla. A lot of people asked me about it, and so I said, okay, well, I'll give it a try, because I don't necessarily have to be like a super fan of every soap that I make. But I got it in, and I love it, and I love the way the soap smells. I actually saved some for myself that I'm not going to sell, because I like the way it smells, I like the way it feels, and so definitely will have to buy more of those, maybe make that a staple throughout the year. The next one that I have is this one I call Botanical Bloom. It is a lemon and lavender scent. The lemon is a lot more pronounced than the lavender. You can smell the lavender, but you definitely get the lemon first. This one I made with poppy seeds, so they can kind of exfoliate your skin as you use them. I gave my husband a bar of this, even though he thinks this is like super girly soap, because I started using it to exfoliate before I shaved, and I gave it to him because he has like rougher patches on his elbows and on his feet and everything, and so I gave him a bar, and he actually really enjoys it as well. It also has some little poppy seeds on here, some calendula, a few lavender buds. Not many of them made it on this bar, but that's okay. It still smells nice. It's just decoration. This one is probably my favorite scent. This is the one I call Rose Gold. It actually has rose clay and activated charcoal. And the rose clay actually is what colored this one. This one doesn't have any other colorants, not even the mica, it's just the rose clay. These actually have, other than just having really good quality oils in them that are good for your skin. This actually has other benefits as well. The rose clay is really good at tightening your skin. It absorbs oil without stripping it of the moisture that you already have. It also is really good for rashes. Like, it can soothe rashes and make the redness go away. And then the activated charcoal is good for cleaning out your pores. It's good for balancing out the oils on your face or on your body. This isn't necessarily a facial bar. I probably wouldn't use this on my face just because it does have fragrance on it. But there are some really great benefits. And if you'd like to read more, I'd be happy to put some links down in the description. But I also really like the top. That's why I named it Rose Gold, is because it has the gold mica and the sea salt and then the rose petals, and it's a very luxurious experience when you use it in the bathtub. Next is the caramel coffee. I really like how this one turned out, the colors, and the name says it all. It really has, it's a pretty strong scent. It definitely smells like caramel and coffee, probably more caramel than coffee. But you get notes of both. It's a very sweet smelling bar, and it's a really big bar. If you're wondering, if you get on Etsy and you wonder why this bar costs more than some of the other ones, all of the frosted bars are going to cost just a little bit more. And the reason behind that is because these are actually about 6.5 ounces, which is a significant size. This is all soap. So everything other than the straw, please take the straw out. Everything on here is soap, so you can use this whole bar. And you probably could even cut it in half and get multiple uses out of it. So it is a little more time consuming. I have some other frosted high top soaps that I'm going to show you. I can't make them in the quantities that I make the other soaps just because the frosting, it takes longer to make. It's a different recipe. I like to use a different recipe for it than I use for the actual soap. And I have to start making the frosting probably an hour and a half to 2 hours before I start making the soap, just to get it to the right consistency and get the lye and the oils to the right temperature before I even start mixing anything together. And I'll show you my other two high top soaps. I have the Mermaid and I have the Unicorn soap. I only have 9 of the unicorns left because I've actually had some that have been pre-ordered. And then the mermaids, I have about 12 of these. And these are also going to be just a little bit more expensive if you look on my Etsy page. And the reason behind that is the same, like I said, with the caramel coffee. I just can't make these in the quantities that I make the other ones. And they are really time consuming. This mermaid actually took me almost 4 hours to make 12 bars. And the reason behind that, not only the frosting, but also all of the little embeds that are on here and on the unicorn, I hand make those. So I can only make a few at a time, and that time adds up. And then I also color them myself. And so, you know, all of that just kind of adds up to where I don't want to put out a product that isn't as good as I can possibly make it. And so I would rather make 12 of these soaps and have them be exactly what you want, instead of trying to force myself to make 24 at one time and the frosting be terrible and nothing being right and everything being messed up. And that's not to say they're perfect, because by no means are they. But just in case you're wondering why these are a little bit more expensive than the other soaps, that's why. Just because of the time that they take. The unicorn didn't take me quite as long just because the horn wasn't as complicated, but it was still relatively complicated. This one took me about 3 hours. This one took me about 4 hours. And they both smell really nice. The unicorn kind of has like a cotton candy floral smell. It would be really nice for little girls. I like the smell. So I thought they might like it. My daughter likes it too. Of course, she likes it because it's a unicorn, and that's her soap, is what she says. And then the mermaid is actually kind of a sugary, fruity smell, kind of like a mixed drink mixed with ocean air. I know that's a crazy way to describe it, but I don't know how else to describe it. But it's definitely fresher. It's definitely something that's going to remind you of the ocean, which was what I was looking for because of the mermaid. So if you like fresher smells, you would probably like the mermaid. If you like more fruit, floral smells, you'd probably like the unicorn. Um, I also have, this one is not, this one's the only one that I have that's not the cold process. This is called Milky Way, and this one is made with glycerin soap. So clear glycerin soap and shea butter, melt and pour. I just wanted to try out something different. Again, this is the one that I tried out. This has the same fragrance as the mermaid one. And I think it turned out okay. I probably wouldn't do the melt and pour again just because I feel like you're really limited on the things that you can do with the melt and pour. But I do have a lot of bars, and the people that have tried it have told me that they really do like it. So if you're looking for something kind of different than the other things that I have, this is probably one that you would enjoy. And it's not, you know, it's not my biggest bar, it's not my best bar, but it's definitely one that smells really nice. I also have, this one is my orange and patchouli. I call it orange and patchouli because I did use those in here. I don't think it smells like patchouli so much. You can definitely get the orange, and it kind of smells fruity, but the patchouli kind of gets overpowered by the orange. I do plan on making another patchouli soap, one that's true patchouli, because I do love patchouli, and I know a lot of other people do, and I was actually kind of bummed out that it doesn't have a stronger smell. It was my first time using only essential oils, and so I didn't get the ratio right with the patchouli. I didn't want it to be overwhelming, but apparently I didn't make it strong enough. So it still smells really nice. It's a lighter scent. If you like not so heavy smells, this is probably one that you would like, because it's not going to leave a strong smell, a perfumey smell. It's just a very light and clean one. And the tops are really pretty. They have rosebuds and calendula, and also some biodegradable glitter up here on top, and the pretty little mica line that I worked out that I really enjoy. So if you're looking for something light and airy, that's probably something you would enjoy. This is my newest one. This is grapefruit and bergamot. It smells so good. It's probably my favorite smell. It has poppy seeds up here on top, and those are to exfoliate your skin. And it also has some glitter up here on top. I did some swirls that I really thought turned out kind of fun. But if you're just looking for something that you think would be really nice for summertime, this is probably one of the best ones to go with, because it does smell really herbaceous. It smells not super floral. You can definitely smell the grapefruit, but it's not overwhelmingly fruity. It's not overwhelmingly floral smelling. It's just a really nice clean scent. I also have 2 bars for men, but I don't want to say only for men, because I actually really do like these fragrances. The first one is Bay Rum. I had a lot of people ask me to create a Bay Rum soap bar. This one, I love how it turned out. I love the hanger swirl. I'm probably going to have to do that again here soon because I just love that swirl. And I love the top. This is just sea salts with mica. The sea salt is actually really good for your skin too, and is perfectly safe to use in the tub. It's darkened with activated charcoal. So again, like we were talking about earlier, the activated charcoal just has so many good benefits for your skin. And so when I decided to do black for this, I definitely wanted to use that charcoal and just get as much skin goodness as I could in there. And then I also made this one for the guys. This one is bourbon vanilla. It's got a really great scent. Again, not super overpowering. The Bay Rum is a little stronger. This one is a little lighter. My husband actually requested that I make a bourbon vanilla soap, and so I made this one for him. And I was a little bit bummed. It's a little smaller than my other soaps. And the reason behind that is because I tried a new technique for this one. And what I did was I made the usual batch of soap that I normally make that fits into my molds. And then I poured 4 different colors into 4 different squirt bottles, and I did it dot by dot by dot on top of each other. When I got to the top, I realized that not all of my soap had made it in there, and by then the soap that was in the bowls had already kind of congealed in the bowls, and that just wouldn't be pretty. And so these are smaller, but they have a great smell, and I do plan on making bigger, fuller size bars of these soon, because I do have more of this oil. But this oil has been an issue for me. The first batch I tried to make was not this design, it was just a regular design, but it was actually the first batch that I made that was completely unusable. It turned a weird color, it never hardened. I left it in there for like a day and a half and it just was not working. So I'm not going to let bourbon vanilla beat me. I am going to make a bourbon vanilla soap that's a full-size soap that a man can use, that a woman can use, that you're going to get your money's worth for. So you can remember that. So those are all of the ones that I have available right now. Like I said, I do plan on making some more this weekend, and I will try to record at least one or two of those just so I can show you the process behind it. But if you have any questions, I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/Violet Pineapple Soaps. I'm also on Instagram if you'd like to follow me, instagram.com/Violet Pineapple Soaps. And I would really just, love for you guys to kind of follow me on this journey and to kind of just learn along with me, because it's still a learning process for me too. So I look forward to seeing you guys next time, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.